Hey, welcome back to another episode of cedh Bling Builds. And today, we will be going over Prosper Tomebound in 2022. I kind of fall in love with the deck. Before it was just some niche deck, that just have in my collection because I practically had all the pieces that went into a Prosper deck anyway. And whatever I was missing was minimal investment into the deck. Not a big deal. And I played him, and I love the guy. I really do. And so yeah, Neon Dynasty. This is post Neon Dynasty. Neon Dynasty has come. We're already getting ready for the Bioshock set, and and I had a chance to play with some of these new pieces from Neon Dynasty and the synergies that I liked, and some old combos that come back. You know, some cards from here and there that have been cut since previous iterations, or ones that have been added because they just make more sense. Engines that have come and gone, and we'll discuss all that. We'll discuss all that. So of course, Prosper is a thick boy who just, even though he has Death Touch, I guess he's just gonna soak tank damage, right? Not really swinging, right? Why do that when you want his ability to pop off at the end of your turn? And so, with that said, there's some neat interactions with his ability. That, of course, when you play cards from ETB, from Exile, you create a treasure token, which kind of pays for itself, right? The card pays for itself in a weird way. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So of course, we do things on this channel. We have Prosper, but we have both arts, right? Because I like the etched, even though it looks like trash, but it's grown on me. It's grown on me. But we have the legal extended border. Cool. Next, we are in red, so of course we will be abusing Underworld Breach. Why not, right? It's not even. I shouldn't even feature it as part of my combos. It's just an incredible card with incredible value. Of course, it's stronger if you have a wheel in your deck, right? I think a lot of casual lists just put the Underworld Breach in their deck, not realizing that it's way stronger with the wheels, right? And the Lion's Eye Diamond. We have Grinding Station, which I always have to explain. Grinding Station with mana positive rocks helps to fuel the graveyard for your Underworld Breach lines. And so when you're not in blue, when you don't have access to a Brain Freeze, the Grinding Station, I think it's a must. I know a lot of us have been cutting it, but you kind of lose the speed from the Underworld Breach. The Grinding Station could be milled away. It doesn't matter. You just cast it under an Underworld Breach. It could sit on board, whatever. I don't think you're going to be using it as a win con to mill out your opponents, but it is a strong card to mill out your to fuel your graveyard. I guess if you are getting an infinite ETB treasure token thing, then the Grinding Station could mill out your opponents. Congratulations. We have Dockside Extortionist, the strongest red card in the format, right? Real talk. Because of the release of Dockside Extortionist, red has seen a tremendous, has had a tremendous presence in cedh. If it weren't for Dockside, I don't think you would see as much any red generals really. But Dockside's that strong. With the popularity of Commander, Paper Commander, Dockside is not as trash in a casual pod. He'll go even on maybe turn 3. But we're here to abuse cards, right? We're going to abuse cards until they have to call protective services on us. That's a bad joke. But, you know, we're going to abuse dockside. Hopefully we can get there with the shit our opponent has on their field. But we're going to use cloudstone curio to infinitely ETB dockside extortionist. And that's achieved through casting a teeny tiny thing, which is nice. You can cast anything. It really depends on the treasure that you're creating with dockside. I like cedh Supplier because, again, he helps fuel the graveyard for Underworld Breach loops. And then we have Skirk Prospector. With its ability to sack a goblin, that goblin being dockside, we could do further abusive things with dockside. Of course, you cast his babies, you're going to just bounce, 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 your dockside. Get that infinite treasure. But with Skirt, there's an interesting line that we can do. Oh my god, what is this? Boogers? Old sleeves. Where we sack the dockside. And then we'll use a corpse dance, specifically corpse dance, for that buyback to then Monster Reborn to reanimate the dockside and sack it to the prospector and do it over and over and over again, resulting in infinite treasure. What can we do with infinite treasure? A couple of things. Like I said earlier, we could do a grinding station to mill out our opponents. That's kind of whack. We could just sack the treasures and pew 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 all our opponents with the Mayhem Devil. And of course, Mayhem Devil in just the right pod, it causes a tremendous damage to your opponents, right? With the ability for one opponent to go fetch, and then you use Mayhem Devil to ping a mana dork. Simple as that. Really good value. Really, really good value. So yeah, use your infinite treasures to just sacrifice them and pew 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 everybody. We can cut to ribbons, everyone. Just a reminder, ribbons is exsanguinate, but I don't think exsanguinate. Okay, here's an argument. I don't think exsanguinate is a good card. And then what's the even worse one? The Torment of Hailfire. I think it's even worse than exsanguinate. Because if your deck is creating an infinite mana engine, then really the commander should be the one to be the outlet. Otherwise, the deck doesn't need an infinite mana engine. Does that make sense? You see what I'm saying? So, I'm not a fan of exsanguinate or torment. I think that's it. Is that the one? Whatever. But cut to ribbons is just fine because it's really shitty spot removal with an additional bonus. Plus, when I'm wheeling and dealing, this is going to wind up in the graveyard, and it's not dead card in the graveyard, which is nice. Nice, nice, nice. Huh? What's this casual shit doing in here? What? What's the name of this channel? So Gonti is a card I totally forgot about. We're doing infinite cloudstone things. Right? We're doing infinite cloudstone loops with dockside and whoever. Once we get that infinite mana, we could then throw a Gonti into the mix and just do infinite ETBs with Gonti and exiling all our opponent's deck and then just passing the turn. Very, very good. Or just you could be really cute if they just don't concede on the spot. Just use their own deck against them. Now there are a handful of other decent enough ETB creatures in the deck that I like, and I've been running Prosper in real world for a while. It's probably in my top 5 favorite generals. I own dozens of generals. And Prosper is really up there. So with that said, I play tested the deck many times, and the ETB creatures that are in the deck, I like. and they'll have synergy with other cards in the deck, like a cloudstone, for instance. So Ganti makes the cut, and its ability has synergy with Prosper. Easy peasy. Not a pet card. We put back the awful Doomsday line for Prosper because it's fine. It's fine. It's dandy enough combo because the piece, the piles, the Doomsday piles that are the Doomsday cards, the cards involved in this Doomsday pile in themselves are just fine cards, right? They're not dead cards. There are other things you could do with them if you draw into them, or doing other lines or loops or combos. One card though, one card is kind of could be a dead card, and we'll have ways to deal with that. So we have Doomsday, and the 5 cards we'll create in our Doomsday pile. Remember, your Prosper has to be on board at the end of your turn, but by the end of your turn to then hit the card and play the card for this particular Doomsday pile. So the 5 cards we'll have for Doomsday are Final Fortune, Jessica's Will, Twin Flame, Dualcaster Mage, and then the 5th card could be anything, really. It could be whatever you want, because what's going to happen is we will make our pile, go to our end, and then the Prosper is going to hit this Final Fortune, and you're going to play the Final Fortune, take your extra turn. Of course, in your extra turn, you're going to play Jessica's Will. You're going to draw Jessica's Will, play the Jessica's Will, and you're going to exile from the top 1, 2, and the 3rd card, just like that. And then, of course, with that said, you should have a ton of mana to cast this stuff anyway, which is a nice bonus. But in the colors we're in, it shouldn't be too difficult to just hard cast this and produce it. And so what we're going to do, of course, is just a dual caster Twin Flame combo. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, resulting in infinite dual casters with haste. Simple. Now, for whatever reason, we lose access to our Twin Flame or Jessica's Will, right? It gets exiled or some wacky shit happens. Then we could still kind of achieve the same combo with Cathartic Pyre. Right? You'll Final Fortune, Pyre, and Twin Flame Dualcaster. And so you'll take the extra turn with the Pyre. You'll play the Pyre, discarding 2, and then drawing your Twin Flame Dualcaster. Also, the Pyre could be used to discard the Final Fortune when it's in your hand. Like if you have the if you find yourself in a conundrum where you have Final Fortune in your hand and you're ready to go off with Doomsday, you got to get rid of the Final Fortune. Unfortunately, it has to be in your graveyard or your deck to create that Doomsday pile. And then the other card is a Heat Shimmer, just in case you lose access to your Twin Flame. Right? And Twin Flame and Heat Shimmer are both fine in the deck on their own, because there are a ton of ETBs that we can abuse. Well, not abuse, but get value off of. An engine that I did cut was like all the Artifact Goblins and Magda, right? And Bolsa Citadel and Sensei's Top. It's not amazing. I even tried the new Goblin from a Neon Dynasty for redundancy, but it's not that amazing. Because with those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards, maybe a Scrap Mastery, an Entomb, it's a lot of cards that like I'm better off without. Hitting, tutoring up that Cloudstone Curio quickly is nice, but not that important. So that was all cut from the deck. But speaking of our ETB creatures, we have a Robber of the Riches, which is fine, right? When he swings, he has haste. You can probably go plus off of it. Dire Fleet Daredevil, if the ETB, you can probably go plus off of it, right? Hopefully you have opponents that are fast enough, that are good, where they have like the tutors and shit, so you can use their tutors. Because I don't know what you're gonna use. I don't think a draw spell is good enough. I don't think a counter spell is good enough because it doesn't have flash. Oh my god! Imagine if Dire Fleet had flash. Oh my god. And then Abbot of Carol Keep. You can throw Abbot into your Cloudstone loop to just exile your deck, and play your deck, just in case you can't find, the finisher in that combo, the Gonti. Is his name Gonti? Oh my god, not Gonti. What is this asshole's name? Yeah, it is Gonti. Okay, I thought Gonti was that green dinosaur that you can. It's like a 100/100 that you can cast for like 2 mana or something. What's the name of that dinosaur? I don't know. I forget. But Abbot, in its own right, is fine. It's fine. As a matter of fact, well, no. See, now that this is when your deck choices become your card choices become pet cards and pipe dreams, because Abbot is fine in a Prosper deck. Like, yeah, I can add maybe a Scheming Symmetries, right? To put that on the top, and it's like no. Or what's another one I could put to the top? Like a Varagoth, Blood Sky side. No. So, but Abbot on its own is fine. It's fine. Of course, we have a Valky, God of Lies, for 1 and a black at ETBs, and does something pretty neat. Maybe I could use its ability, activated ability, to get more value. But what we like about Valky is his front side and also his back side, which is Tybalt, Cosmic Imposter. Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you can, I don't know what else you got going on where you're at sitting on 7 free mana to cast Tybalt, but you're not ready to combo off. But these things happen, and so what can you do? Exile top of each player's library. That's pretty neat. And then you just cast that later, or you just like a spot remove, right? Very expensive spot remove artifact or creature. And then the -8, I guess, is a flavor text. Other creatures include our Simian Spirit Guide, a little bit of ramp, which goes a long way. Oragavan, treasures. I love them. Give them to me. Gobble, gobble, gobble. Eat them up. We got Bergi, God of Storytelling, which is cool. But of course, we care about Bergi's backside, which is Harnfell, Horn of Bounty. Another very pricey card for 4 and a red. But to discard a card, exile top 2 of your library, and I can play those cards. It has really, really nice synergy. Another way to pitch your Final Fortune. Cool. Final Fortune doesn't necessarily need to be part of your Doomsday combo, by the way. If you're guaranteed that you're going to go off the next turn with the Final Fortune hand, by all means. By all means. But Harnfell in Prosper is really, really good. Not so much the front side. I guess it could do some things, but you really care about the backside of Bergerino. We got Op Agent, which is fine and dandy. We have Dauthi Voidwalker, which is good. I used to shit talk Dauthi last year that it's not so good in casual pods because they play a lot of permanents, and that's still true. But when you do get their instants and sorceries into the yard, usually it's It's pretty good cards, right? They'll play like pretty nice 3 CMC instants and sorceries, mostly sorceries. These casual pods, and so you can get a value out of that. But Dorothy is also like like he keeps everything in check. Right? A lot of people just can't go off if Dorothy's on board. So a lot of people can't go off if opposition's on board. So that's why these dudes you'll see in every single black deck, no matter the power level. Remember that, kids. We got the brawlers. These are the brawlers, right. So this section of creature cards are the brawlers of the deck. We have Grim Hireling, a fellow tiefling. Is that I don't play D&D. Who is shit spot removal. But since we are fighting, we're gonna get them treasures. We're gonna get those treasures, and we're gonna cast everything from exile. It will be fantastic. But yeah, Grenzo. Grenzo, yeah, Havoc Razor. He ain't lying. If you get in, yeah, their board state is gonna be fucking trash. If you're gonna start goading your opponent's creatures. And then his second ability has synergy with Prosper. What more can you want? We have Florian, Flow Rider, which is like a weird dig through time, right? You put Florian in a deck where everyone's going in, and you're gonna really filter through your deck. On its own, as a card, in decks that don't swing, that don't go wide, Florian is trash. But in strategies where you do go wide, this particular Prosper build, Najila, Florian gets very, very strong in those decks. Nashi, Moon Sage Scion. Ninjutsu is cute. I don't see myself really using the ninjutsu like that. But it has synergy with Prosper. And and to be honest, once you start manipulating your opponent's decks, it fucks them up. It fucks them up. And so you just get in with Nashi or Ninjutsu and Master Splinter, and you're just gonna get value with the Prosper on board, and it's good. It's good. And you have a potential to take away, to strip away your opponent's combo pieces. And that's another important part of the Prosper strategy. Unintentionally stripping your opponent of their wins. So this is a new addition to the deck. We got that etched foil thing, whatever. And so I'm going to be really excited to play it this weekend. Oh, you know what? I'll do this here. Maybe if anyone's curious. So I guess these cards come in 3 varieties, right? The paper, and then the regular foil, and then they call it the stupid name. It's just an etched foil. I don't, whatever. And since we're going wide, we're gonna definitely use Real Predator's Hours. It's too good. It's too good. And because they didn't playtest this card, I guess, in research and design, you could just play that shit whenever you want. So Real Predator's Hours is a very, very good card in go-wide strategies. And then Synergy and Prosper. What more can you ask for? So we're going to get into our instant sorceries very quickly. We have a Gamble. Starting things off, our tutors, right? Vampiric Tutor, Imperial Seal, Demonic Tutor, Diabolic Intent, Tainted Pact, with the Tainted Pact being presented right here, right now. You know everything you need to know about my mana base. Tainted Pact, Forbidden Tutor. People forget. People see this card. People see this card so often in conjunction with just Thassa's Oracle, they forget it's like a really busted tutor at instant speed. I had one opponent who I guess he doesn't read cards. I'm just like tutoring up, you know, Tainted Pact as an instant speed tutor, not as a combo piece. I'm just like Tainted Pact. He's like, oh, mill 6, exile 6. I'm like, no, bro, that's the wrong card. And like he just, his brain was too smooth to really understand like how overpowered Tainted Pact is. I have another instance, a different person. God bless this man's heart, who was running Tainted Pact in a deck with like multiple basics, and he Tainted Pact into like Forest, miss, Forest, end the Tainted Pact. So be careful with your Tainted Pact in your card choices. Don't be a fucking idiot. But of course, Tainted Pact is in the deck. We can abuse Praetor's Grasp. We can tutor up opponents. Thassa's Oracle. And then Tainted Pact for the game. But also, you know, with Treasure Token, I could really pick anything from their decks and cast it. Right? It doesn't matter if its colors are purple and green. It doesn't matter. A Yawgmoth's Will, just for a little bit of recursion. Again, don't be a idiot and do Yawgmoth Wills loops under. Don't do Underworld Breach loops under Yawgmoth's Will. I've seen that too. People are weird, man. I think they watch too much YouTube, or they don't read the cards. I've seen people do a lot of graveyard loops under Yawgmoth's Will. And it's like, what the fuck? So don't do that. Our counters package, we're in red black, no blue, so we'll do the best of what we have. We have a deflecting swat, red elemental blast, pyroblast, red elemental blast, and a Tybalt's trickery. Not crazy about Imp's Mischief. I've tried it out. It's fine. It's just not for me. Spot removal, we have a braid. We have spot removal all over the place, right? Things like cut to ribbons and the cathartic pyre. So, but the other spot removal we'll have is a braid, fire covenant, and a toxic deluge. Our draw package, we have faithless looting, ad nauseum, appear into the abyss. Yeah, nauseum gets a little tricky because the CMC in this deck is all over the place. I gotta go on Moxfield and double check. Wheel of Misfortune and Wheel of Fortune. Our tutors, we have a Dark Ritual, Cabal Ritual, Calling the Weak, Rain of Filth, Rite of Flame. Don't forget about the Jessica's Will. That was part of a combo earlier in the video. And then we have our enchantments and our artifacts and our lands, wrap things up. We have a Necropotence. Some utility artifacts. We have a Wishclaw Talisman, Uba Mask, which is very strong in Prosperino. Lotus Petal, right? Our mana rocks. A Lion's Eye Diamond. I'll feature it later in the deck. From now, I'll feature it later in my deck text because I don't need to go into full length about Lion's Eye Diamond in Underworld Breach combos anymore. It's 2022. Jeweled Lotus, Talisman of Indulgence. There's no Rakdos Signet. I don't need it. Arcane Signet, Felwar Stone, Mox, Chromox, Mox Opal, Mox Diamond, Mana Vault, Soul Ring, and a Mana Crypt. For our fetches, we have, of course, all 7. We have, because of a Tainted Pact restriction, we have a swamp, a snow swamp, a mountain, a snow mountain. What do you guys think of the silver screen etched full art lands? Let me know. Eventually I would really like to just get guru lands, but I don't know. We have our shock and our duel. We have a luxury suite. my heart's not in it with Rakdos still, but every day it changes just a little bit more and more when Prosper does discussing things, or when Anjay does discussing things, or so maybe I'll start blinging out some of these black red lands. Sulfur Spring, even though I used to have this foiled out. The Pathway, Tainted Peak. If you're in a budget, make sure you get all of these tainted lands. They're really, really good for now. And then the best of the rest, we have Ancient Tomb and a City of Traders. Trying to shit out Prosper as soon as possible. Cabal Pit, right? Some utility, and a Barbarian Ring. A Phyrexian Tower. And then our colored lands will have a Gemstone Cavern, Command Tower, Exotic Orchard. Not a Forbidden. In this instance, I don't want to give my opponents things. Aspire of Industry. The artifact count is pretty low, but don't forget we have a Treasures, Mana Confluence, and of course a City of Brass. And there you have it. Prosper the Tomebound in 2022. I love the guy. He's nice. He's nice. Puts in work. Makes treasure. What more can you ask for? And you guys really seem to like Prosper as well. Checking out my analytics, and you guys seem to watch a lot of Prosper. But once again, thanks for 100 subs. We did it, guys. We did it. We're the #1 YouTube channel in the world now. So, but yeah, let's continue to grow together. That'll be pretty cool, right? Let's see what the future has in store. If there's any sweaty deck you wanna see featured on this channel, just again leave it in the description. There'll be a link to the deck in just a moment. And once again, thank you very, very much. Ta-ta.